Alright, so this is going to be the Team Secret versus Team 1 game. So the reason I want to do this one is Team Secret's a European team, Team 1 is a Brazilian team, and I believe Team 1 just came from Challenger League and is now in Brazilian Pro League, while Team Secret was just relegated from European Pro League into the into European Challenger League, if I'm correct about how that works. But due to that, you can somewhat say that they are both roughly an equivalent teams, because they're both about at the same level. So I just want to go over it now because it's always curious seeing how different regions go against one another. Now, on to the bans. So, Thatcher's come out, which Thatcher has come out from Team 1. Now, I think that's a bit interesting, and my thought with the Thatcher ban is maybe Team 1 wanted to play with Mira, and so if you banned Thatcher, the attackers couldn't just throw a Thatcher grenade and then Hibana it. Like, throw a Thatcher grenade to destroy any bandit or mute charge on the Mira wall, then you send your Hibana pellets, open up the Mira window. So that would be my only real thought process. Well, that's one of the thought process. The other one is maybe they realize that a lot of teams struggle without Thatcher on attack to clear things. And if the team is forced to run a Maverick instead, then they can capitalize on it by just shooting through the Maverick holes or something like that. Maybe they ban Thatcher so they can run a Cade, and they put the charges up high enough that the Maverick can't get an angle on them. Either way, I'm not 100% certain about it. It's just something we have to see what happens. Then Team Secret bans Nomad. That just tells me they want more freedom when it comes to maneuvering around the site, because, really that's all it is. Nomad is basically just a cheese operator at this point. Send it down, now you don't have to worry about a flank. Then they also ban Mira. A lot of teams don't like going against Mira, nothing special there. She's also pretty good on Villa. So, she's pretty good on just about every map. But you basically just don't want to give away free information and can't do anything about it. And then Team 1 bans Echo. So, that's just a team preference thing. A lot of teams like banning Meister on this map rather than the Echo. And so maybe Team 1, they don't run Echo, but they know Secret does. I can't remember exactly if Secret runs Echo. I think they do at times. But maybe they just don't want Echo in play, just kind of like they don't want to have to run an IQ to destroy the Echo drones. And it's just, that's the team preference, is what they want.
General meta trends for the defender bans there.
Also, a little bit about Villa, the map they're playing on. Villa is a heavily defender-sided map. And yeah, I believe it's the most defender-sided map in the game at this point. And with that, that's really it. So basically, Team 1 right now, they want to be coming away with about 4 rounds. And if Secret can take 3 of them, then they will basically have done their job. So, yeah, that's really my thought process with it. So with that, so that's just my thought process. Where Team 1, basically, if they want to win this, you have to win 4 of these rounds. So, talking about the operator lineup now. So, coming from Team Secret, they have the Buck, who it's a little curious, and I don't mean it in a bad way. I mean it's curious as in it's different, where a lot of teams don't play vertically on Villa. They try and play more horizontally because it's very hard to actually contest roamers, it's hard to contest and clear out roamers if you're trying to go attack from 2 different ways, such as you're trying to apply pressure from below as well as from the side. So a lot of teams don't like doing that, so a Buck is in run. However, maybe the Secret, they aren't going to actually play him vertically as in from the bottom up, but instead the top down on some sites, where they will they'll attack the top floor first, like for the kitchen, and then they'll Buck open the floor. Maybe that's what their thought process is. I don't know. We'll have to see how it goes. Then Farrell is on IQ. So this is a little curious for me. The reason why is, well, basically the IQ is run almost like Buck is on Border here, where she's going to be below just shooting out electronics, which is dangerous because you have to deal with anybody playing below, but it's also a little curious because there's not really much she can counter. There's a mute and there is a Jaeger, and those are the only two real counters I see. I don't think Clash's shield counts as an electronic, so I'm not going to include her. And then Maestro, what the hell is an IQ going to do against a Maestro? Stare at it menacingly. So, a little strange. Now, Valkyrie or Echo are being run, then sure, it would make sense. But, or a Pulse, or even a Vigil, but even a Legion. But I'm not really seeing it, so maybe this is just what Team Secret likes. They have a specific lineup they use for this map on attack, and this is it. And it's what they want to go for. So they just keep the IQ without changing off of it. However, we have to see how she's played, so we'll just have to see. Also, you have to remember IQ does have a good gun, good gadget, good utility, so it's not like if you can't use her gadget, it's the end of the world. Then next, on to the Jackal. So Villa is a very large map, and it's a pain to clear out roamers. So with that, Jackal will just help a bit, where, I mean, theoretically you could go up to the 90 window and somebody's going to have run past 90 at some point, so you can Jackal track them. And maybe it's to help whenever they're going for the push, they find a set of footprints. Well, now the defender can't just sit where he was in the defensible spot, now he has to move. So, either way, that's why they bring Jackal. He also has smoke grenades, which are great for cutting off rotations, plants, things like that. Then Capital is being brought by Meepy. I like that. I like Capital a lot. He's a very strong operator. And, I mean, theoretically, if you think about it, if Team Secret manages to take bathroom control, holds an angle on this doorway here, firebolts and smokes these two doorways, and then just plants right here, there is nothing that the defenders can do about it. So, really, that's just one of the situations where he could be useful. And it's just something that we'll have to see how it goes. In my opinion, a good Capital can win games, and a bad one can lose you rounds. So it really depends, because his utility, if he messes up the smokes, it can hurt the team. If he puts them right, it can really help the team. Next, they're bringing a Hibana. This is also a little curious for me, because without a real way to get rid of the mute jammers 100% of the time, because I mean, setting IQ below, yes you can, or saying Buck below, yes you can. However, if they have a heavy roam presence, you may not want to do that, and it would probably be easier just to take the thermite, and you can put it on a wall on the floor here, and it will blow open the wall. A lot of Villa is made of the soft wood that you can partially destroy, and you can put your thermite charges on that, and the explosion radius will actually open up some of the walls. You can do that for the closet in the 90 hallway. You can do it for this wall right here. You can do it for the, what is it? I think it's Aviator and Games room. You can do it on that floor there. So there's a lot you can do with it. And Hibana, she doesn't have that level of flexibility here, especially not with the mute jammer. Then on Team 1, they're bringing Maestro. So really, if you can run a Maestro, you run a Maestro. If you run a Mira, you run a Mira. They're really, I would say the four strongest operators on defense are Maestro, Mira, Echo, and Smoke. And of that, they have two of them, and the other two are banned. So really, if you can run those, just like about 2 or 3 of those 4, you already put yourself in a good position. Just when it comes to the overall utility, weapons, information, all of it. Then the Rang Mute. So with the Thatcher ban, Mute is a decent pick because he can, I mean, he has a Mute jammer. If there's no Thatcher to get rid of it, a lot of teams aren't going to run Twitch. So if they So if a Maverick isn't being run, then it's going to be very hard to get rid of those jammers if you don't just go below and expose yourself. Then with that, they're running Jaeger. However, one thing about the mute is I disagree with it. I think a Cade would be better in this situation, just because if you throw it at the top of a wall, the IQ, although she can technically get it, it can make it a lot harder. So, well, actually, it's going to be roughly the same if no matter which way. However, I think that well, I would prefer a Cade just because if they do bring a Maverick at any point, you don't have to worry about them just assuming that the mute jam is going to be in the middle of the wall. Open up one little hole there, shoot it with a bullet, and you're good. But that's just what I prefer. Then a Jaeger. It's a Jaeger. I mean, Secret's running grenades, flashbangs, smokes. So you need a Jaeger. He's almost a default pick at this point. And I think a lot of people actually are hoping to get almost a second Jaeger where his job is just to stop any just more utility. Same thing, stop grenades, flashbangs, because there's so much on the attackers that they want to just get rid of them. Then smoke. It's a smoke. He can, well, with the mute it's not 100% necessary, but smoke, you run the shotgun, you can open up the walls, customize the site however you want. And then Clash, which I disagree with the Clash on this. I disagree with Clash for the sole reason for the two reasons of Buck and Capital. Two good firebolts and Clash is dead. One good grenade, Clash is dead, and overall, this utility can get rid of this Clash without too much trouble. And then one thing to note is the only actual counter from what I see from Team Secret for this Maestro is the Buck. So if they could stop the nades, then they can keep those Maestro cams alive, which can be pretty strong. And I want to see the overall setup. From what I see, barbed wire right here to tell you if somebody jumps in. Also, they try and walk through it. You're going to get hurt. 2 walls there, 3 there. I'm trying to look for the other ones. I'm going to assume that one... Actually, I'm not sure if one's over here. Normally, you'll have one over here to stop the angle from here into the bathroom. It just gives a little bit more freedom to the defenders. However, if there's a roaming presence somewhere over on this side, I'm going to assume that there's going to be reinforcements over there. So we'll just have to see what goes on. Then rotate hole right here, nothing special yet. Okay. So 4 reinforcements going down here and here. Basically, that tells me that there's going to be a roamer presence around this general area around over here. And because of that, it actually will give the defenders a good amount of... If they can play it correctly, they can probably waste a lot of time. Because to effectively attack this area over here, you have to be able to do more than just coming through the 2 doorways. However, based on the lineup that Secret has, they may not want to be going below here to do that. So if they're forced to fight through these 2 doorways, that's going to be a pain for them. As well as if they try and fight through this doorway without taking control of 90, then they can have a crossfire from down the hall, from inside a vault, from here. So trying to go through this doorway would be terrible. So let's see how Secret handled this.
Yeah, especially with how confident Lucan was able to use yesterday versus 92 Dream Team. One of probably the most successful Caviar rounds I've ever casted, where he picked up a 3K and an interrogation in the midst of a round. So that was some really fun stuff to see from him. I don't know if we'll get the craziness we had in that round yesterday, but certainly still playing as effective of a route on a map like Villa. I will plays heavily into that road game.
I will say you did rival Flint 16.
Yeah, I was channeling that a little bit.
Yeah, it was great. I loved it. That was fantastic. But as you guys can see, Team
So Mute's playing but low. There's a rotate hole in the vault wall right here, which is actually pretty big when it comes to the defenders because it lets them rotate all around the upstairs. And the one problem I find with it is that if the attackers can effectively take control of the one weakness of it is the 90 hallway window, where the attackers just have to open that up and then they can stare straight into where you're rotating, and that can cut off a lot. However, that also, even if they're cutting off a lot, they can still get shot from multiple directions, so it's a risk versus reward type thing. However, it looks like Secret is going for a bedroom take, and 4 of them are outside, which is curious because based on this mute jammer, they may struggle to open up the wall. Alright, so basically this is Leon right now said, okay, nobody is actively contesting me, and because of that, they're not going to be able to react to me taking this fight, and I might lose it. However, I know this guy's positioning, so I can probably win a one-on-one fight with the C7E. Jackal's gun is one of the best guns in the game, in all honesty. So he's confident in this. He's taking this fight, and this confidence can pay off for Team Secret when he wins the fights. However, when he has the confidence and he gets shut down, that's when Secret really starts to hurt. So he just jumps in. Barbed wire goes. I'm going to assume that he heard the barbed wire, so he's standing up to take this fight, and he most likely made the call out of he jumped in because gets the kill, but then instantly there's a crossfire. This is actually really good from Team 1, where they had somebody shooting from there and somebody shooting from there. And because of this, there's really no way for this Jackal to survive. So overall, it was it was really good from the members of Team 1 to be able to read into this guy jumped in, we need to refrag this, and we both are in positions we can. Then Jaeger gets refragged. However, Feral is now down to 18 HP and then is refragged as well. This is Ryduct. You saw him playing in like that main lobby area of the south side stairs, and he was just playing below. So he came and he probably got the call out, hey, they jumped in, so he knows there's a refrag, but now he's positioned himself to support his teammates. And then Jaeger gets killed, he gets the refrag. He's just putting himself... Right now, Team 1 is just putting themselves in good positions. The one problem with it is that they're reacting to what Team Secret are doing, rather than Team Secret reacting to what they're doing. If Team 1 had been prepared or set up for the jump-in, they could have possibly killed Buck and then possibly killed the Jaeger... No, not Jaeger. The Jackal and the IQ and being a 5v3, but instead they're reacting to what Secret's doing. And yes, they're refragging, but overall this is a... I'm not actually sure whose favorite this is. I want to almost say Secret's, for the sole reason that this clash can get countered pretty easily, and Capitao is still alive on the attackers. So with that, and they still have a hard breacher. So overall, Team Secret, I think, is in the upper hand from this trade. However, Alems gets shut down, and that was the Hibana. It was outside this window, so that was just an aggressive peek from either, I think from the wait, hold on, from the smoke. So I kind of disagree with that, where it was, I'm not a fan of smokes getting aggressive, and I understand most of Latam is an aggressive region. However, by exposing himself when it's a 3v3, and in all honesty, this smoke is the only reason that Team 1 will actually win this round, in my opinion, unless a big play is made from the mute, because Clash is really just a worse Monty who just has to stand there, but she can't actually react fast enough like Monty can, where he can drop his shield, pull out his pistol, and shoot, where she has to go through an entire animation, and that is like 3 or 4 times as long. It's a lot. It's just a lot worse. So I would say that Rise playing aggressively here wasn't the best. However, he won the gunfight, so it's kind of so he made a play. But overall, I disagree with the aggressiveness.
Ahead now, 3 versus 2. Meepy and Fonkers left in.
Also, one thing is never think that just because you get a kill or that you won a round that you did it correctly. Some of the time, it can be you just got lucky.
Play now for Secret. They've got a good amount of time left, but after trying to go for a pretty aggressive assault, they're trying to take a small amount of bedroom control. They do end up faltering on that attack and are now in an awkward position with their final 2 players looking for something they can use to get onto the site.
Alright, so now Secret's trying to figure out what to do.
The play style from Team Secret can sometimes be very elusive, where they want to take these gunfights out of range.
Okay, so this was kind of bad from... a little bad from the smoke. So he's actually really lucky. So what I will say is I kind of like what Clash is doing. She's playing well, actually, I'm trying to figure out whether or not I like what Clash is doing. Because it's kind of hard to tell at this point. And what I mean by that is I think that the main thing that Team 1 is worried about is a flank coming from the Astro stairs. Predominantly this. And so they're keeping the Clash there in order to really just lock down the stairs. Make sure nobody repels in through the window, but really that's not that hard of a thing to contest. And then also the bathroom. So they're not sure where the attack is really going to come from with it being a 2v3 at this point. And because of that, they're kind of setting up all around. Where Rai knows that Meepy's in here, so he's basically his job is to make sure that he doesn't run in through there. Clash's job is to make sure that Meepy doesn't run in through here. Somehow someone comes up from there or in through the window. And then Rai's in a reactionary role where he's basically just waiting for something to happen. And I kind of disagree with his positioning for the reason that if Secret manages to kill Rise here, and in a 2v1, I'm gonna tell you Clash isn't gonna do shit. So if Secret could read into this, have the Capital have Fonkers wherever he is, probably below. Actually no, I think he's outside he's outside on this window. If they had Fonkers meet up with Meepy here, they then took a 2-on-1 gunfight and won against Rise, so he's out of the picture. And I'm going to assume that nobody dies, just best case scenario. Well then, Falls is in a 1v1, and at that point, all that has to happen is the Fonkers just cooks a grenade, or they just send... Fonkers either cooks a grenade, or they have the 2 of them just bum rush the Clash, and then she's gonna die because it's a Clash. I mean, if she's not being supported by her team, then she's basically dead. And at that point, Rai, the problem with that is he's gonna be taking the time to get back to site. However, if the attackers just firebolt the door right here, or smoke it, then they can probably get a plant off and it's winnable. So I think Rai's playing a bit too... Okay, so Clash is in I'd say it's a decent position. It's probably the best one that he could be in this situation. I don't necessarily like it too much. However, I understand it and it does make sense. And it's kind of... I'm saying I don't like it, but I'm not saying that there's really a better thing. It's just that it is what it is. Because I think that Clash should be used more... almost aggressively, I want to say, because if Clash is the last one alive, she's probably not going to clutch. So if you want someone dead, make sure it's a Clash, because she'll probably have been doing her job at least minimum and giving callouts, And if she dies, you can play off of the callouts, and really, if anybody else is still alive, they at least have a good gun. With this, she really doesn't. So I kind of wish that she was playing a bit more aggressively, and then someone else was playing either mute or smokes, but they were backing up the clash. Actually, no, I wish that the mute changed his positioning, came to support the clash, and then smoke played a bit more passive as to where clash is now. I think that would overall be the best setup that Team 1 could get right now, rather than them being a bit more spread out. Now,
Awkward position with their final two players looking for something they can use to get onto the site.
Yeah, the play style from Team Seeger can sometimes be very elusive.
so that's just Meepy missed shots, and Rai's very lucky he's not dead. This is LAN, and there's very little peekers advantage and latency. So I've heard about from different pros that, I think it was from different pros, or from other people talking about pros. I don't know anyone personally, but apparently on LAN, it's real. You can't just be running across doorways because it's very easy to get gunned down due to how the servers work. So Rai's really lucky, and he's at, even though Meepy, I think I want to actually see how many times he shot.
Position with their final two players looking for something they can use to get onto the site.
So Meepy shot a total of 12 bullets here,
Team Seeger can sometimes be very elusive.
and of those I'd say 3 hit probably. So that's really lucky from Rai. One more bullet and he's dead, and then his team is effectively is a 2v2, but Clash is a Clash. So it's very lucky. Now, Ryduct wins the gunfight on Fonkers. Now Meepy has to go 1v1 against a Clash. However, he has no more Firebolt, so this is basically what the position that... And this Clash is playing very passively, giving callouts. And Smoke just said, fuck you, Clash, I'm gonna throw my smoke. He's not coming in here. Okay, so I'd say that's a bad smoke, because all that does is kind of put the Clash on an island where she can't back up. So I disagree with it. However, I do really like this. So Team 1, even though they're from Brazil, and Brazil is known for their aggression, their Smoke and Mute are both playing passive because they know they don't have to worry about anything since the plant's not coming down. So that's actually really good from that team. Now Meepy's probably just confused because
This taser's doing so much damage, and they're just letting the other two sit and spin in the wind right now. As finally Reduct will rotate in. That's gonna be a free kill for him.
and then Ryduct puts him out of his misery. But really, that was just that was actually just really good from Team 1, just by how passive they were playing. And in all honesty, if Team 1, just based off of that, if they because most players in Pro League have roughly the same, I don't want to say they have the same skill level, but it's not like it's a varsity team going up against the freshman team of football. So there's going to be some teams are going to be better, some players are better than others, especially on different roles. However, with Team 1, I'd say that the players themselves, just based off of what I've seen, I think they could actually do really well in LATAM based on their play style a little bit, because that passiveness is actually really, really good. And if they can play that in Brazil, where so many teams are aggressive, I think a lot of teams will actually struggle against Team 1, just because if they're so reliant on that aggressiveness. You saw Meepy, he was pre-firing a lot of different angles, but there was no one there. In my opinion, a lot of Brazilian teams would have gone and they would have been peeking that, holding angles or peeking or doing something, and Meepy could have capitalized on that, but there was nothing to capitalize on from Team 1. They just said, okay, Clash, give us callouts, let us know if we need to actually do anything, and I'm gonna go pee. And that's it. That's all that happened. Like, they were laughing because they found that amusing. But really, that was just really good passiveness.
There's nothing wrong with that. So a good slightly here today.
Cut slower. Yesterday the kill feed was just wild. You just go, what just happened? What's going on?
Alright, so now a defense coming out from the,
Today, things are making
I want to say, Aviator and Games Room. However, I'm not 100% sure. I don't know all the callouts of this map. I mainly know 90, and that's mainly because I play there and try and fight people there, and that's about 80% of what I do on this map.
they didn't play together, and that's really what punished them. Again, even when it comes down to 2 versus 4.
Now, changes coming out. So, they dropped the Jackal for a Zofia. I don't understand that. You know, actually, I can. I can understand that. So my best understanding is that they probably said we need a way to get rid of these Maestro cams, and because of that, they decided they wanted to bring a Zofia. So that Fonker, for a few reasons. One, they want to bring the. Actually, no. Here we go. They want to. The first one is for the Maestro cams. They need ways of actually getting rid of these. The second reason is to burn the Jaeger devices. Because by burning the Jaeger devices, they can then enable the Buck to just start nading the shit out of everyone. And if you can get one nade kill around, that is huge. Just because if you can get a nade kill and then take a gunfight and win it, then you've just put your team into a 5v3 situation just on your utility and your ability to win a one-on-one gunfight. I think a lot of the best teams in the world are those that just don't take gunfights, but instead just use their utility to the best of their ability. Then on Team 1, they dropped the mute. I disagree with this. So they dropped the mute for Elysian, and the reason I'm disagreeing with it is they have no way of stopping the Hibana now. If they had kept the mute, then there's nothing that Team Secret can really do except by going below to take out the utility. However, they don't want to invest 3 or 4 bodies going downstairs, and because of that, they'd only be able to invest 1 or 2. So if Team 1 can have a good roam game downstairs by just investing 1 or 2 bodies, they can do a lot of damage. So I disagree with the change to the Legion. Oh, and they also brought a Valkyrie now instead of a. I'm trying to remember, instead of a Clash. Oh, okay, sweet. They dropped Clash. And I agree with that because Clash is kind of a. She is a pocket strat, I want to say, where you have to. Once you know they're running a Clash, you're gonna be actively going for her. As well as with the Zofia, you can counter Clash as well, so that's a good reason to drop her. So I like how they dropped Clash. And Valkyrie can provide a lot of intel. So yeah, I mean, it is what it is, and it's Valkyrie. She has a nitro cell, she has cams, gives a lot of information. Combine that with the Maestro and the Legion, there's gonna be a lot of information for Team 1. So I'm curious how exactly they're gonna do it. Now I see there are 3 reinforcements coming down here.
Well, once again, we've got our players, Team Secret, out onto the board. Let's see how well.
So it looks like Team Secret's going for a north side clear, which makes sense because you don't want to be attacking purely from. You don't want to be attacking from just one direction. And by attacking the north side, it lets you attack from multiple angles and adapt. Alright, so that was bad. And I'm curious what happened. No, it's the wrong person. Go to the... I don't think we're gonna get a replay.
More IQ, which means that those Valkyrie
Alright, so this is bad. So I'm not sure if this was maybe IQ's job. However, Capital just jumped in. Let's watch this. So, Capital repels up. I'm not seeing any real droning. Jumps in, holds an angle, getting ready, which tells me that he's not sure if anybody's holding that doorway. So he's not sure that, he doesn't know if Elements is there holding it. And because of that, he's a little scared, and when he jumps in, he just lays down and holds an angle, which tells me that he doesn't know what exactly he's gonna fight. And because of that, I think it's bad on him, because that just tells me you're not droning effectively, and you're not playing as a team effectively. See, if they had known that, if they know Master is clear and Bathroom is clear, and they know Fonkers is playing this window of Astro, then nobody should be able to rotate into Bathroom. So they should know that that's safe, so he doesn't have to worry about that. And then if with Master being clear, with Elements holding an angle on the door, there's no reason for him to be holding the same angle when he's going to be doing nothing. Literally, nobody has to even walk through that doorway. And if they win the fight on Elements, then there's nothing he can do to contest that. Okay, so I just saw Fonkers, he threw a grenade without cooking it, I'm pretty sure. And that's a mistake, because nobody's going to die to that. So at what point, why'd you throw it? It's one of those, it's very questionable, so I just say it. Now, Valkyrie does get killed, and so does the Legion. Okay. I'm trying to figure out what the hell just happened. So Meepy is pushing in through Bathroom. Fonkers is on the window to the right over here. Elems is pushing through the master bathroom by himself as the lone hard breacher. And with the diffuser, which is a mistake, especially considering you have Leon. So why not just put Elems on the flank watch? And I mean, it's not going to be flank watch, but it's going to be, it's similar. He's just going to be holding angles. And then put Leon on the entry roll. Then, let's see. Fonkers then gets killed by this Jaeger. So Jaeger swung out from this door, I think, and gunned down Fonkers on the window. And because of that, Elems and Meepy both should know his positioning. And they both go for the kill on him. Now, Elems just misses a few shots. However, what I like here is I see Meepy is pushing at the same time, and they're just condensing together, and he wins the gunfight. However, Leon then falls to the Maestro. So one thing is that Leon, I know, likes going for one-on-one plays where he'll solo enter, and it can work at times. Oh no, okay, so Buck was here, so he had entered. So I'm not sure how the Jaeger killed him. Maybe we'll get actually, no, I don't think we get replays here. Actually, not replays, so we don't have recording of everyone like we do at the major, so. But anyway, onto Leon. So, I know he likes to enter by himself, and I think that's a mistake, because I feel like if he could truly be backing up his team and entry fragging and having his team play off of what he does, it can be really good. And yes, he did get a kill this round. I think it was onto the Valkyrie. He then gets gunned down, which puts it from a possible 3v2 into a 2v2, and I think it could have been better. However, Falls then gets killed. Alright, so Leon gets killed here, minute 47. Okay, so not sure exactly what angle the Maestro killed. Okay, here's the next thing. So Leon, I know, entered from this window last round, and he entered again and then got gunned down. So I hope that he doesn't just start entering there over and over again, because if he does, Team 1 can read into that, and they can just be set up for it. But basically, the mistake here is the Maestro. He got the kill onto Leon, good. However, he then turns around and tries to run away, which is bad, because he's not expecting any of these members to be playing off for one another, and he thinks that if he thinks that, oh, I'm gonna have, like, this is 2 seconds later since he got that kill. He thinks that he's safe, but in all honesty, it does not take. I mean, if teams can play off of information quickly and they have the setup to play off of it, they can react instantly. There's a G2. I'm trying to remember if it was 3 seconds or 5 seconds, but they're always within 3 to 5 seconds of one another. I think it's 3, so that they can go for refrags. And so if you're within 3 seconds and you can go for a refrag, then that basically means that for 3 if they're, what I'm trying to say is that within 3 seconds, there's literally the best team in the world just plays their entire strategy around 3 seconds, going for refrags and playing off one another. So Team Secret playing off one another, this is 2 seconds. So really, this is just bad from the Maestro. Not necessarily bad, just it's a misplay. Well, actually, I'm just going to say bad, even though it's the same thing. It's bad. He died. It's not good. But with that, it was bad that he just turned around after getting the kill and tried to run away. Now, I'm not saying that he should have taken the fight, but what I am saying is he should have been ready for another fight as he backed up. Now, 2v1 and drones are coming out. That is fantastic. Problem. So the problem with this is nobody could react to that drone. And because, and that's a little good and a little bad. So if Meepy was in a position to react to that drone, he could have lost the one-on-one gunfight, and then it's a 1v1. And LM's is at half HP. So it's probably good that he wasn't just following the drone, because he could have died and it would have given Team 1 a one-on-one. However, at this point, that's also kind of a wasted drone, because because it's a wasted drone, because Rise, he was drone now, and nobody can react to it, and so he can position himself anywhere. He could go and he could just run over to 90 now and hold an angle, and then if he gets a kill there, he can then rotate back through the A bomb site, or maybe he comes around over to that like desk area or whatever that room is over there in the direction of the arrow, and he could then hold an angle on this doorway. So that droning isn't really going to do much for Secret besides telling them that he wasn't roaming about 10 seconds ago. Who knows? This is interesting. Alright, so this is kind of the aggression I'm talking about from LATAM. Ooh, okay. So, not sure what this. So, a few things. First, Rise was actually playing this pretty well, where he. Okay, one thing is I think that Team Secret didn't know that the closet wall was open, which is bad on their part, because you have to know the setup that that your enemy is doing in order to figure out how you're best going to counter them. Now, there are teams like Team Empire who can stick with the same strategy no matter what the setup they're going up against is. However, a lot of teams can't do that, and it's better to try to counter strat a little bit and just say, okay, if this is open, we have to be able to react to it this way, or you have to be able to make adaptations on the fly and know what you're going into. By those two just running in, that tells me that they probably thought that the wall was closed, and Rise would have had to spend extra time going all the way through the hallway and by going through the hallway that they could have possibly gone the plant down. However, because they weren't expecting him to be able to rotate through so quickly, the Meepy gets gunned, and I need to see exactly what happens here, but basically Team Secret's very lucky that the Hibana didn't also get gunned down. Now, onto why this is kind of bad from Rise. So he was playing passively really well, and I liked how Team 1 was actually playing passive, waiting for an opportunity, because you can't really, because here's the thing, he's crouch peeking right now, and he could have very easily just gone gun there. So I think that was a mistake from him. So, and like, I think that if he had just waited, basically if he had waited and they didn't know his positioning, and they had come down the 90 hallway, and he just had his shotgun ready, he could have easily gone like won a kill and then gone into cover and because the vault was open, he could have gone anywhere within sight, and that would have confused their team LMs or Meepy, whoever was entry fragging. That would have confused them. So I think you could have played that a bit more better, just because by being in an unknown position that can scare Team Secret. However, the moment that he realizes his position's gone, he just gives it up and then goes and gets into a position where he can react, because he's probably thinking, at least if this is his game sense, then great. He's saying, well, they're not going to be coming down there because I just shot them from there, so they're probably going to go through the doorway now, and I can fight that. Okay, yes, that is actually exact. I think that basically with the closet, I don't think Team Secret knew, because that one firebolt tells me that right now, basically, I heard Meepy send a firebolt into the 90 hallway, which would stop smoke from rotating there. And then he's holding an angle on the wall, probably the door of games, and because of that, he is not ready for smoke's positioning. Okay, so I know exactly what happened here, and this was bad from Team 1. There are 4 members of Team 1 right now who just fucked up. So the default plant spot, I'm going to actually go back 10 seconds. So bad peek, great job running away. Was that shoddy? Okay. The default plant spot is right here. This is where where LMs is planting. Because this is the default plant spot, Rise had to turn in this direction, oblivious of the IQ, and that's what got him killed. Now here's the thing. He gets a kill, peeks the default. Wait, I heard the planter. Where is it? That should be a major... Right now, Team 1, why nobody is calling that he's planting behind the table instead of default, I don't know. I'm not even sure. I think that a light is supposed to be on if it's a defender gadget, if somebody's actually on it. However, then again, I can't actually remember, so maybe not. But this is a very bad mistake from these 4 members of Team 1. This could have just won them the round. However, I don't even know calls get made. And then Rise just gets domed. Like, that is just really bad on the cams. And because that was really, really winnable. He played that really well. And killing that Capital, I thought that they would win this. But because none of them made it this call out of not here but here, that's just big. That was just a mistake.
He doesn't find the Planter hiding behind the table though. So Elims gets the easy trade and clutches out the round for Team Secret.
These rounds are getting started so early, and just those latter halves of these rounds so far. You're not going to have more tight rotate in this left in front situation. Unfortunately,
Now, instead of going to Aviator Games again, their Team 1's electing to go to the kitchen. At least I think it's the kitchen. I'm not actually sure what it's called because, yeah, I just don't know. I don't know this map. I accept it. I don't know the callouts that well. I don't know this map the best. I know a good amount about the other maps, but not this one is still a mystery to me to a degree. And that's my own fault. But anyway, now the main let's see, same setup coming from Team Secret, and then Team 1. They are bringing the Pulse. I think that's the only... No, they... Pulse and Mutes. They drop the Jaeger and the... What else did they drop? Because they have Valkyrie. Jaeger and Smoke. So they drop Jaeger and Smoke, switch some roles around, and now they have a Mute and a Pulse. So that is just once again, it's a large amount of information for Team 1. And I'm hoping they actually use it this round. Dining room is apparently what it's called. But anyway. So, based off of this, it is a... Well, to hold this... Well, okay. Right now, it looks like Team 1 is going for a top-down control. They're expecting Team Secret to attack above, and then they can contest that, waste enough time, and then fall back below while getting information from the Pulse and the Valkyrie. And then combined with the... Basically, because of the information of these three, they can stall out. That's their hope. Okay, Fonkers is in the basement. Oh yeah, and the one thing is that the weakness with this holding from above, I mean, let's talk about this. The main reason you attack from above is you can open up a lot of angles into the site. The problem with holding above, though, is if you hold too heavily above, then the enemy can just rush the site and there's no really quick way down. There's a drone. Rydux, sir, there is a drone. Excuse me, sir. Right, now the one thing I'm hoping is that he didn't use his lifeline to open up that barricade, because if I ever hear an explosion within 30 seconds, that tells me that they're rushing, and I can just make the call out they're rushing, and I'm ready for that. And I mean, that's really what it is. So instead, by shooting it open or just by hitting it open, you're going to make it's not going to be as it is not the, well, let's say, it's not as open as, you're not telling the opponents what you're doing. They may just be thinking, okay, a window is shot open, where is that window? We're not sure, and then everyone's on site. While if you hear an explosion happen, and you hear explosion, guys are probably rushing, get back to site, then it doesn't matter what window was opened, it matters purely that a window was opened. Oh, the timing. And here we go. This was really good from Team Secret, reading into what Team 1 was doing. And by rushing in, they just caught everyone off guard. And the next thing is that, okay, so you have these two backing themselves up. You then have Fonkers entered from the basement and then went up the stairs. So now there's a crossfire in the kitchen because of Fonkers, where here I want to get back a little bit to show you. Okay, so basically Fonkers is entering from here. The other two members are entering from that doorway. And Farrell's going to enter through here. So there's going to be a crossfire throughout the site from this angle technically you can have this angle as well, that angle, and then Leon is going to be holding the flank, and that's the next thing I want to talk about, where IQ entry frags, Leon is holding the flank. He's not going for kills. He's there to make sure that nobody can just rush down and kill his buddy. They don't want to get anyone to flank them. Turns away at the last second, kind of fucks up, but gets the kill anyway, so good on him. And then 5v2. Instantly puts down a Claymore. Sees that there's nowhere for him to really clear. Where here? So, gets the kill. Sees that it's clear. Gets the call that it's clear. Instantly puts a Claymore down. I might die doing this, but hey, if I can get this Claymore down, then that's going to help my team. Puts it down. Sees that everything else is clear and that everybody else has their angles covered. Goes back to watching the door. And I'm not sure why Farrell is holding this exact angle, but who knows? I think it's basically just Leon said, okay, there's nowhere else for me to watch, so I'm going to watch the door. Farrell's watching this door. The other two are going to be watching the door over there, and then the LMs is planting. But what I want to say from this is, if you want to actually improve your rank, and you want to do, and you don't want it to be just you have to do everything, you have to be the entry fragger, the support player, the fragmite, the whatever the hell you want to call yourself. Play like Leon is playing right here. He went in with the intention of just backing up his team. Where Farrell's entry fragging, Leon's backing him up. Leon says, okay, my teammate's going in. Great. I trust him. Well, I may not trust him, but at least now I'm going to give him a chance, and then if he dies, I can play out that information. I'm going to make sure he doesn't get flanked. Then he gets a kill because of that. Then gets the site to help get the plant down, is supporting his team, isn't hunting for kills, sees that his job isn't needed over here, goes back to watching the flank, even though somebody else is already holding that angle, and then is still helping on it because he can do that job.
Remember, it's only been 40 seconds, and we're only down to Luke. And can he find it? He finds one kill. It's going to be on Farrell, but it's going to fall on deaf ears. Most likely, diffuser down. Fast take here by Secret.
Now it's all going to come down to just a few. One player left. Luke
And there's his Claymore. Think about that. 2 kills for Leon, and all he was really doing was holding the flank. So if you want to improve your rank, just play like that. You will get kills. You don't have to be the flashy entry fragger. If you just hold the flank, you will get kills in a lot of games. That was basically just good from Secret for being able to read into that and just walk into site and win. Now on to the next. Now they're like, now team 1. This is bad. So they've won one site, and it was, I believe it was Trophy. Yeah, I think it was Trophy and Statuary. I can't remember what it's called. I really can't. But it's a split site upstairs. And then they tried to go to Aviator Games, didn't work out. They then tried to go to the kitchen area, dining area. That didn't work out. So now they're trying this site. I think it's Library. And that tells me that their Team 1 isn't comfortable playing any of these offsites. Because if this is their... Because if they're so confused about what their secondary site is, that they're not willing to go for a second round on it, that makes me think that Villa isn't one of their strong maps. Now, they dropped the... Who'd they drop? Because they have a smoke now. Maestro, I believe, was dropped for the smoke. However, I'm not sure. And then same lineup coming out from Secret. Now, there is actually one little thing I want to add. This is just my own personal experience. One kind of cheeky thing to do at least from my opinion, is you put the barbed wire in this doorway, have a teammate do that, and go Valkyrie. You sit right about there, it doesn't really matter. You then put a cam right here in this corner, so you can see this entire room. You can tell when the enemies are pushing the door, and when they push it, you can chunk your nitro cell, because here you're in cover from here. You can chunk your nitro cell, have it land just outside of the doorway, and get an easy kill. Little note. That's why I hate when people barricade this. However, that's if you do it. Most teams don't. I mean, yeah, most teams don't, because they're going to be looking for Valkyrie cams, and there's a fucking IQ. Now, I actually like the IQ pick because there is a Pulse and a Valkyrie and a Mute, which worries me a little bit because this Valkyrie, I mean, really, this IQ counters the Valkyrie cameras and the Pulse, at which point why are you bringing the Valkyrie cams? And then the Pulse as well. So that is kind of worrisome because those are hard counters. That's telling me that neither of these two gadgets are great. And the thing is that Valkyrie, she doesn't have, neither Valkyrie nor Pulse have that good of a gun. So there's probably someone better that Team 1 can bring here. And I don't like that they're not adapting to it. Oh no, I am wrong. The defense is of the top floor, and I am speaking completely out of my ass right now because I don't know what the fuck is going on because I can't tell where the bomb site is. Okay, so no, Team 1 is now back to the Aviator Games. Yeah, Aviator Games. I think probably. Now, this is also something that I don't like. So, Buck has entered by himself, I want to say. Actually, okay, so both Buck and IQ have entered by themselves through the basement. One thing is the basement, no one knows what the fuck to do with it. It is the weirdest thing in the world, and a lot of teams just flat out ignore it. But with that, the main issue is that because Buck and IQ are entering through there, if Team 1 can read into that, they're not entering together. They're far enough away from one another that it can be capitalized on. And because it can be capitalized on, it can be very dangerous for their team because they can get killed on. Because if they can, basically, they're entering not randomly, but they're entering by themselves in an area they don't know is 100% clear, and they're probably assuming it's clear. And because of that, if there is someone there, they can probably easily get gunned down. Alright, there we go. So this is kind of the entering by yourself thing, and that's exactly what happened, and because of that, the IQ gets gunned down, which means these Pulse jammers are probably going to stay. The Pulse and the Mute jammers are going to stay. The Pulse and the Valkyrie, their utility is now it's free to use, so this was a mistake. The two reinforcements there, that's a little strange. But it also makes a little bit of sense because trying to clear people out from here is a pain. Because as a roamer, you could hold here, you could hold here, you could hold behind here, you could hold inside of here, or rotate here. You can hold anywhere in this room, you can hold up here, over here. And then from there, you can rotate. You can open up here, rotate here, here. Wait, no, that's a wall. But basically you can go there, you can go there, you can go through this hallway, you can go to this doorway and go there, you can go over there. So you have a lot of flexibility from here. So I actually like that they're roaming there because it's a pain to clear out and you have a lot of options when it comes to running away. And here we go. The buck who no, that was Leon on the Zofia, and Leon likes doing his own thing, and he now got punished for it. And that was a crossfire. If you actually looked at the kill cam between, I want to say the Valkyrie,
All except for one.
Valkyrie and Jaeger. I want to say.
Why they don't have that reinforcement set up on that wall? I mean, when you set up two,
Yeah, so I think the call out was made for the mute. No, for the Jaeger and the Valkyrie, and they just Valkyrie shot through the wall. Mute came down the stairs, and he got gunned.
himself across.
It's now 3v5,
T1 on main stairs.
and a little bit of over aggressiveness from the Jaeger. It gets him killed. However, wait, how is Jaeger here? There's no way he could get this far. How did he? Okay, I don't know what's going on. I need a top-down view to figure out exactly what happened. I think it may have been the Jaeger flanked Leon from. Oh, hold on. It's this Leon kill because there's no way a Jaeger could get down there.
One. So to find out exactly why they don't have that reinforcement set up on that wall. I mean,
Oh wait, Leon is. I am completely confusing which stairs this Zophia's on. I thought she was Buck, and this is the main. This is the south side stairs. Buck is on the east side stairs. So Jaeger was just waiting for him, and this is bad droning because his gun is not even ready, and he just gets gunned down. And it's also a crossfire from the Valkyrie, so that this is actually really good from Team One. And they're reading into the fact that Team Secret likes to enter by themselves, and they're capitalizing on it. That is really good. Now, a little bit of over aggressiveness from Skadina peeking the 90 hallway. If he had just played passively, then it's a 5v3, and at times you want your team to stop their momentum when it comes to kills, because keeping momentum going, if the enemy can react to it properly, they can then put the man advantage either even or in their advantage. So 3v4 now. So a little bit of skidding out, a little bit of over aggressiveness, but overall still good for Team One because they've lost the Jaeger, but they managed to get an IQ, a Zofia, and put Elements at half HP. Now, one thing I'm gonna say is I don't understand how you run a mute. And there is no way that, because I know that they couldn't have gone below here to clear it out. I said I don't think they could have, but then again that shows my map knowledge. I don't think you could send the IQ or anyone below to clear it out. So I'm hoping that somehow they did, and I'm just bad at this map. But if not, and there was none of Secret played vertically, I'm questioning why there wasn't a mute jammer here, because with no IQ, if there's no way to actually open up this wall right here, and if there's no way to do that, then you can effectively rotate between A and B, and you can just have crossfires. You could have a crossfire from the closet, you could have a crossfire from inside of A. Now instead you're giving up, and he rotates throughout the vault, and that's a mistake. That was a bad nitro cell for a few reasons. One is, well, it was a bad nitro cell because it wasn't certain. If you are going to be playing, like, his job is to give information and to, his job is to give information and then contest the plant. So by using that nitro cell, he now can't play from below, so although he can give information, he doesn't want to stay down there, he wants to come upstairs. So now his utility is kind of useless, and you're going at the enemies with an up. And then Fonker's kills falls. That was the mute. And now Plant's going down, but I don't understand. Right now, the pulse should be ready for this, and it looks... And right now, Team 1 has no idea about this. which worries me because they have a pulse.
Evens this back out.
There's no reason that the plant should be going down without Team 1 even knowing about it, because if they have a pulse. That's just bad utility usage on his part.
But it's off the mark, even if that
Then right up, he gets caught going for a flank of his secret. They had it covered.
Toxic Wave landed, which I don't think it did. It's not going to do the damage.
Ooh, I want to watch that.
We'll be able to find balls, and that evens this back out. Plants going in. There's an attempt to stop it with Toxic Wave, but it's off the mark, even if
Really, this is just right now. Team Secret, they should have lost this round. However, Team 1 threw away a body and then threw away some utility, didn't play their utility correctly, and then I'm not sure how Falls died, but with that, it really, I'm putting it on Jaeger kind of throwing away his life and Pulse not using his utility or giving the correct callouts.
if that Toxic Wave landed, which I don't think it did, it's not going to do the damage necessary.
Bonkers just gets slapped.
Lucan, though, finds the next pickup, immediately strikes right back, and it's Secret in control again. Only hope is Elam's at very low HP. They're going to keep the Hibana tucked in the corner, hopefully keep her safe. Again, it falls to the smoke, the clutch rise. Looking to try and close things out for Team 1. He'll jump right on the counter defuse. Looks to try and quickly shut this down. We're going to see asphyxiation ball.
Oh. Oh.
Team 1!
Okay.
And Team 1 steals the round right out of Secret's
Oh
hands.
god, that was a mistake. Wow. That was just this is like the biggest throw round in this entire tournament. Probably not, but that was just a throw from both teams. Oh god. The fact that Team 1 throws a 5v3 into a 2v1 and then into a 1v2, not a 2v1. And then they managed to win it by just diffusing through fire because, I mean, in all honesty, that just looked like,
Game is CS. What do you not do?
oh god, that was.
He'll jump right on the counter defuse. Looks
But here's the thing: if the moment you hear the defuse, I think you can firebolt it. However, at halfway through this firebolt's not gonna do it. I'm telling you that. So really, that was just overall. Oh god, that was just so bad. I understand what they were going for, and how it. I understand what they were going for. The problem with it, they fucked up the execution. Team Secret, the idea of using firebolts to stop people from defusing this corner, good. The problem is they kind of they just hesitated too long, and because of that, they lost the round.
try and quickly
So
shut
wow.
this down. We're going to see switch.
That is, no.
Team 1! And Team 1 steals the round right out of Secret's hands.
This guy's just happy. He's just happy about everything going on in this tournament. He's just a happy guy. I just come over and then this face right here. He's just like, you really just do that.
Your game is CS. What do you not do? You don't
Pros don't fake.
Pros don't fake.
Pros don't fake.
Oh my god. And that's a timeout. That's a timeout. They tried to burn him. Actually, that's it. There was.
Okay, I agree with the timeout.
Hail Mary defuse.
That's the only as he tries to bounce back.
Well, I'm hoping that was a team timeout and not a computer issue timeout, because if Secret actually used their timeout right there, I think that's really good, because I think that Team Secret's an emotional team, and it kind of showed when they came back to Pro League after not going to the DreamHack Winter, where they got slapped for the rest of the season basically, except against G2. They managed to beat G2, the best team in the game, but basically, if Team Secret called a timeout to kind of just stop the momentum from building and just kind of cool down, like, okay, guys, we fucked up. Yeah, we fucked up, but it's okay. It's okay. It's not the end of the world. We're still in this. Like, just laugh about it. Like, we fucked up. It's fine. Now, 2-2.
See if they
And it looks like it's a statuary.
As you said, trophy locked in, and that was the
Trophy statuary, I want to say.
set that they chose on the first round, where we saw Leon hop in through the trophy nectar hallway right there that goes over to the 90 hallway. It's that little room that Luke is walking towards right now. Hopped in.
And okay, so Team 1. They made changes, and the main difference between this and the first round is they dropped, I think, a Jaeger for a Legion. So I think they're just saying the grenades aren't doing shit, so let's just bring a Legion and annoy them. I disagree with it. I think that if grenades are ever being run, you need a Jaeger. But it is what it is. And in all honesty, I want to see this Clash get naded. And I want them just to drop the Clash and bring a Jaeger. Because I don't like Clash. I don't... Like, she's actually being very useful here for them. And they're making it work. I just think that there's probably better things to bring. And then same lineup come out from Secret.
Through the window. Had some barbed wire at his feet, made a little bit of noise, but it really didn't matter at the end of the day. So he did get the
Rotate hole in closet again.
best for both teams. And
Can I assume it's the same? I want to see if it's the same setup.
through the window.
Should probably pay more attention to that. And
Matter at the end of the day. So he did
I don't think so. I don't think this is reinforced. Now I think this is, but not this. So I'm curious.
the refrag fest for both teams.
Did you just hold up?
Refrag fest
Okay, I saw that Legion throw something. I think it was a Legion. I'm hoping it's not an impact because oh god, why? No explosion. So it wasn't a misclick.
See how it starts to build up once again.
Okay, I like this. So Secret, their first attack was basically from Master. However, they're saying that they couldn't really. It didn't work out. It didn't work out based on how they're holding it. So let's go for a different push this time. And now they probably are saying, well, the roamers are kind of spread out, so we can capitalize on it. We can turn into a 5v4, 5v3.
He's gonna be the only counter drone evil eye right now. And see if he can snipe a few of them out. Bonkers really almost finding himself a battle right there. There for Team 1, I believe it might have been under the
And then Farrell is applying some pressure.
back sight.
And Leon's running outside.
A bit of a lost chance for Secret.
And then Meepy is entry fragging on the fucking Capital. It's a Capital. If you get one bad bullet, you die, and there goes a lot of utility.
Might make any extra aggressive moves they can try to punish. Either repel these windows or they're already
Okay, so this worries me a little bit. So, Zophia's on the 90 window. It makes sense you need someone on the 90 window. It cuts off, rotates, it does stuff like that. But then Meepy, the Capital, is entry fragging. Farrell is then on the other side of the map doing... I don't know. I really don't. Maybe he got the wrong call or something. Like, okay guys, we're gonna do strat 2 this time, not strat 1. And he said, okay. And then he showed up over there. It's like, wait. Ah, shit, it's that one. But, I mean, really, I think it's a mistake because Meepy's over here. Here's the thing. Elements is going to be droning in, so he's useless, basically, when it comes to actually gunfights. Meepy is trying to take a fight over there. Fonkers is trying to take a fight down 90. So, if somebody kills one of them, nobody's there to refrag, and because LM's probably isn't going to be able to get into a position to. So, I think that's a mistake. I think they need to invest. I think they need to bring Farrell over here, because he's not going to be doing shit over there.
windows or they're already
And somebody's gonna get like 2 kills and just make everything I say sound just stupid.
what they were doing yesterday, where we had
Now the rumors have
trying to get those
they've decided to come back to site, and I kind of disagree with that. So I think they could have wasted more time there. Well, actually, it's hard because it's hard to say. You know, it's hard to say. I want to say they made the right call for the sole reason that Leon was on this window. If Leon wasn't on this window and they could rotate around there, then they should have stayed. And that's my only thought. But with that, yeah, that's really the only thing. But I want to also say it's great that they recognize that this window is open and they couldn't rotate through the vault.
Yesterday, so I guess if you can get the most amount of pressure on your team with LeBron in that low mag capacity, IQ is going to be a lot better for you.
Time gone for the round. See Secret still pretty quiet here for the most part. Haven't really been able to put a lot of pressure on Team 1 just yet. To be fair, Team 1 have also been holding back with their exception of that aggressive hold at the red stairs that you talked about before. So,
I think that I legitimately think that Team 1 invested more reinforcements. Let's see if I can get an angle on it. I almost want to say that Team 1 invested more 2 reinforcements here combined with the 2 reinforcements there, and then just hard held really this area, and they just went in there with the intention they would die. They would probably have done a pretty They probably could have done pretty well, especially if they had put like a mute jammer on that door, and then a mute jammer. Yeah, mute jammer on that door, mute jammer on this door, and then just gone from there. I think they probably could have wasted a lot more time, but it is what it is.
Been holding back with their exception of that aggressive round. See Secret still pretty quiet here for the most part. Haven't really been able to put a lot of
Now, a minute and a half in 5v5, and now it's switched kind of a master take.
that aggressive hold at the red stairs that you talked about before. So, at least a few players here probably going to try to jump in through Master and start their push from here. The Havana, most notably, going to have to move in through here and try and break over the big wall. It needs the inside of Statue, hopefully giving them a little bit more room to play off of and the capability to try to go for a quicker plan. See as well, pressure coming in from the other side of this. They are going to try to push in from the red stairs too. It's going to be Bonker striking first, finding Skatina, but Lukin strike right back.
What else would you expect? They said
Okay, so this is in an interesting position. I think that right now Team 1 will win or lose based off of what this guy does. Because if he can get a proper flank, he can kill Leon and Meepy, and that will just crush any attack from Team Secret.
The other side of this, they are going to try to push in.
Now Smoke's trying to do his best. However, he's the only one over here, which is a mistake, because with only him being over here, it makes it so that he has to deal with 2 doorways, and if you have to smoke 2 doorways, you're not going to be an effective smoke. Unless you have like 10 seconds left. Now, Skadino loses a gunfight to Fonkers, but then Lou retrades that instantly. I really like that. This is one of the strongest things about G2, their ability to refrag. So by doing that, by showing that they have the ability to refrag, I think that they're overall showing they're a really good team. Now Leon's worried about a flank, and then Rai actually wins that fight. That is actually a huge. Wait, what? And now is Rai dead now? Instantly refragged. Okay. Okay, so it is what it is. Rai won a fight he really shouldn't have, then was instantly refragged from Feral. Now, here's one thing I don't like. So, how did he I'm wondering how Feral in 10 seconds managed to get into the building, get over to where the mute was, gun him down. Huh. Because that is... But the next thing is that I don't like that Feral is on his device right now, because he's not going to see a pulse scanner because there's no fucking pulse. At that point, he shouldn't be using his gadget, so I'm very confused by that.
what else would you expect? They said it themselves.
So a wall just got opened.
So good at these refrags, but Reduck going to continue the rain.
Ah, okay, so this is what happened. Basically, Ryduk gets the kill, is then expecting a refrag, runs into Memorial as the IQ had run in through here, and he just gets gunned down. And I mean, that's really just bad luck. I mean, I would never expect an IQ to be here, but yeah, that's really just bad luck. And it was really good from Ryduk that he got the kill, because that's one he really shouldn't have, and he put his team in a man advantage, and Team Secret capitalizes. However, the fact that a mute could kill the Zofia, that's just good on Ryduk.
But biggest thing is that Team Secret still setting up some very nice pitches on site. They're able to get the presence where they want it.
Okay, so this is bad positioning from the Hibana, mainly because someone can stand and gun you down.
They were able to find
Like this.
and as well as Skadina because of that.
Thank you, Luke.
Ryduk getting refragged downstairs, but Skadina getting pinched.
Okay, I like this. So Rise, when he saw that, okay, he used all his gas canisters and then fell back and said, I'm going to go for post-plant situation. And I know my team can hold B. If they try and push A, we'll know about it, and I can go for a flank through Master here. But now I can also watch my team's back from the Astro stairs. That is actually really, in all honesty, that's just really good positioning from Rise.
Out upstairs inside of the statue. So Rise goes into the bathroom.
Ooh,
Missed some shots with the SMG.
missed some shots.
Got asphyxiation.
Wins the gunfight though.
While Rise still holding strong inside of the bathroom. Unfortunately, it is all down to BB now in the Capitale. And again, there's just not really a whole lot of room or time to play off of here. Taken out by
Okay,
Rise.
I'm just gonna say it, but Rise is, I mean, not Rise, but Team 1 actually looks really strong based off of purely their positioning. Now, their strategies are questionable at times. Well, this map, it's kind of hard to criticize strategy, but really their ability to just play off of one another and position themselves correctly, and knowing when to play passive and when not, that is,
Claim yet another round, and now the lead
I'm really liking what I'm seeing.
1 round left in the match.
I don't think I've ever really seen this from a Challenger League team coming from Brazil.
With that
Consider how difficult their
general consensus of how each
Now, last team of... Okay, so it's the last round of defense. So let's see what team... So Team 1, drop Clash, bring Valkyrie, and they're going... So this is the library defense, which isn't... I don't think... I very rarely see it played. It's very rare to. So I'm going to see what they try and do, because they're probably thinking we need to show them something different. So let's see what happens.
Team Secret trying to give Team 1 a little bit of their own medicine yesterday on that kitchen take where they were inside, bombed down in 40 seconds. It was all left up to the last member of Team 1 to try and bring that back, which is Lucan. But obviously in a 1 versus 5 with the diffuser down, you're more than likely not going to win out that situation. But now they have finally claimed the lead. They have it tied up there in the last round, but now they are the one with the diffuser down. You're more than
So reinforcements going down upstairs. However, it's one reinforcement here and one there. Okay, I don't know what the hell those are going to do. I really don't. Because I don't know what the hell that's going to do.
likely not going to win out that situation. But now they have finally
Now, Mute's investing some Mute Jammers there.
up there in the last round, but
Alright, so the... Okay, now this is also different. Okay, and then there is a reinforcement here. No reinforcements on these walls. Instead, this one's getting opened up.
they are the ones ahead of the game. Secret
Okay.
is the battle back here for the defensive set to make this split even.
And potentially the good news for Secret is thankfully both the upstairs sites, which are generally considered the easier sites by most teams, are now locked. So
I just want to tell you that the bomb is on the southwest side and everybody's spawned on the northeast.
backing down once again here. Secret should have a little bit of an easier time trying to take control.
Okay, so I think that Secret has...
All right, well, slow start is here for
Okay, so Leon's entering by himself, while it looks like the rest of Team Secret's going for a master take. So I think that Team Secret has read into Team 1 holding from above, and they're saying if we do a proper roam clear, then we can kill the roamers, and then we can buck from below, from above, open up angles, kill anybody, get the plant down, hold the angles and win.
Times. This seems to be a
It's been,
trend.
it's been like a mix of like a normal game and then 92 Dream Team.
Yeah,
Like we've had a few of the 92 Dream Team rounds, and then we've had like a few normal rounds too.
I used this phrase yesterday to describe Team 1 and 92 Dream Team, and I think it also worked for Team Secret. They're a blood in the water team. When they get that initial kill, it just sends them all into just a bloodthirsty rage. They just try and get as many kills as possible to tack onto that. Team 1, so good with their refrags as, again,
Now Leon kills Valk.
we're not even going to
What the hell is going on now?
all into just a bloodthirsty
So everybody's Astro.
as many kills as possible to tack onto that.
Okay.
Team 1, so
Why not?
good with their
Leon kills Rye.
again, stated by
Okay. I'm gonna see if I can get a better view. I don't have a clue. I have no idea what Valkyrie is.
stated by them, but we're not even going to make it a minute in. They find Redux. It means no more Nitro Cell, but that is going to need a man down that can constantly watch those black icons.
Leon to strike first here for Team Secret. Now they'll attempt to build upon this.
Ooh, that was a mistake.
A man down that can constantly
This is a
watch
big mistake from Secret.
Leon to strike first here for
So I see, I think it's an IQ above, the one you're looking at right here, holding the flank watch.
Now they'll attempt to build upon this.
Nobody holding the flank.
Decent amount of a hold from Team 1 on the inside of the site here. Have the capability to try.
And now, IQ hits the goo. Okay, yeah, this was really bad from Team Secret. So basically, they just gave up all top floor control, put one person up there to watch two ways, and that doesn't work. And Farrell actually just says, I'm out, and just jumps down, which is actually really smart from him. And then, this was not good. This is the...
Capability to try and shut down at least some of these early players are going to try to throw pressure at it. The mute by Rise going to walk in, just barely missing an opportunity to try and take out a player as they drop.
Actually, where is this? Is this the... I'm trying to remember where this is, because I recognize the pillow. The mudroom?
Drop down a second
You know,
more.
I just want to see an overhead view, but I'm not going to get it. But, oh, this is great. Lou then, even though Skadina dies, Lou Kid then refrags onto Leon, so that's... Ooh, Falls just hits a nice shot, then Rise also hits a nice shot. Now, Bomb goes down. However, is basically the equivalent of 2 HP versus 300.
A lot of SMG-11 kills for a lot of different players.
Then Rise kills the Lems, the bomb planter, and then gets refragged instantly by Pharaoh.
One more.
You know, it's really...
But look at how much it cost him. He's down to just a single sliver of HP. He's stuck in a 1v2 as well. Team 1 are going to take him out. There's plenty of time for that defuse.
Well done from Team 1.
Number 4, as they'll close out with the lead.
So...
Number 1.
Really, I just want to say that Team 1, they were looking like a dominant team. And, well, not dominant, but they were looking like a good team on defense here. Now, a lot of what I'm seeing from Secret overall is they're playing as if they're better than their opponents, and they know they are. Where they go in with the intention that they can just win gunfights a lot of the time. And I'm not saying that that's all they're doing. They're still attacking as a team. They're not entering randomly. But their strategy is based off of them winning gunfights in one-on-one situations. And when that doesn't happen, they struggle. And they have flaws in their attack. And overall, And right now, Team 1 is doing a good job of actually capitalizing on them. Whether or not they know it, they are. So, really, that's really it's just overall a good job from Team 1 right now. However, this is a defensive-sided map. It is the most heavily defender-sided map.
It's actually a very good percentage. We really don't see that much planting going on traditionally. Very fast-paced round. The first time.
Now, sides are switched, and it's looking to be an Aviator Games room. You know, I'm just ready for this thing to not actually I don't even know if this is Aviator Games room. Please tell me it is. I've just been miscalling this the entire friggin' time. Okay. Anyway, operator selection. So because, wow, it is actually the same setup coming from Team 1. That is very rare. Anyway, Team Secret, they're bringing a bandit, which I really like because Team 1, they don't have a Thatcher. And I think that if Team 1 had done that, they would have probably done a bit better. I actually no, because I don't think opening up anything really helped Team Secret that much. Alright, and to me it looks like Team 1's going to be doing the same push that Team Secret did, where they attacked Master first, and then from there went and cleared out the rest of the top floor. Now, I like that Secret's kind of read into what push it looks like Team 1's doing, and they're trying to contest it. This was actually really good from Team Secret because they read into what attack Team 1 is going to do, and they are ready for this. And I also really like Leon's positioning right here because I would never expect someone to be up there. So by changing your head level, that gives you a split-second reaction, a split second more to actually react and kill someone. So I do like that. Yeah. Team Secret was expecting Team 1 to do that attack, and Team 1 didn't know how to react to it. Like, look at this. He sees this guy up here, and he just knows he's dead. He knows it. Overall, though, that was just good from Team Secret. They showed that they could hold that dominantly, and they knew what they were doing. Now, Team 1 changed. They dropped the IQ, and they now have brought a Jackal. Maybe one day after he's been out for like 3 years. I may know his name, but who knows. And then, and Ella's being brought by Feral. And then Leon is bringing a mute as well, so, I like that. Well, I like the mutes. I'm not a fan of the Ella, and I think a Jaeger would be better, because right now all that is needed to open up the A bomb site is for Buck to open up the above the wall right here, toss a grenade, any Jaegers or bandits are gone. If bandits bandit tricking, he's now dead. And now it's like Team 1's trying to go for a master take. And the thing is, they just tried this when the site was not here. So I'm curious as to how they're actually going to do this. Okay, and they've actually adapted it, so now they're sending Jackal and... Okay, so they're sending Jackal and Buck below in order to contest any roamers, so they won't have to, they won't get nitro celled again like last round. And I saw a drone for a second over here, and I'm hoping that somebody jumps in and that Jackal is not just face checking everything. And now Buck is stopping any chance of a bandit trick.
Masters, the Jackal track will come through. Rise. So somebody's gonna be in some very hot water here if they try and stay inside of Master. That skeleton key got plenty of ammo to definitely remove all of the flooring and make things very difficult for any of the Team Secret members to try and sit inside. Actually, Buck a little bit of both. Buck under the wall to try and find the bandits there. So very heads up play by Team 1. Don't even need a Maverick, just bring that skeleton key, push him underneath, try and get that flooring open to get rid of those bandit batteries.
Down below too. Possibility he's got a player just to his left. Just roaming, so good chance to be able to find this one pick up from that. But meanwhile, falls from Team 1. Already working
Ooh,
on breach.
that might be a mistake. Ooh. This isn't gonna get opened. Maybe that's... Yeah, it's not gonna get opened, and that is a mistake. Now, Leon gets the kill onto the Buck. And then Farrell also gets a kill on the Rise, who was the Buck. Actually, no, Rye was the Jackal. So, I want to know where the... Okay, so the two roamers of Farrell and Leon, the Mute and the Ella, there was nobody was paying attention to them from Team 1, and because of that, they just got gunned down when they tried to roam. And then goodbye, Capital. I'm just going to give it to Lou Kid right there. The ability to recognize that your opponent is lit enough that you can Zofia charge them to death is actually great. Now, onto the... So that's really good. However, this is bad from Team 1 because what they're showing me is that they're not able to react on attack. On defense, so to me they look like a team that... Which this is common for a lot of teams, and it's the reason why why Siege is in such a defensive meta. Is it's a lot easier to play defender than it is to play as an attacker, because as a defender, all you have to do is have proper positioning, while on attack you actually have to have proper both positioning and attack and an attack plan. You can't just hold the same angles like you can on defense. So with that, Team 1, they show that they have an idea of what they want to do, but they're not sure how that idea itself can get countered and what they have to do to make sure that doesn't happen. That's why the Buck and the Jackal got gunned down, and then why Capital then got nitro celled. Also, the fact that there's a drone here looking this way is really bad, because that's just a bad drone. It can tell you maybe if somebody... Well, yeah, it can tell you if someone goes in bathroom. However, what is a drone in bathroom really going to help you with? Wouldn't it be better to have at least used it to gather some intel of what's going on in here?
Gets a kill with a utility called Lifeline. So it's all up to Luke here once again. Very low HP, but he's trying to make it.
Ooh.
Free Fire's coming through, but nothing really working for him.
I'm surprised. I don't think he even got a hit. I think it's dropped from the Hibana holes.
Another perfect round after their first perfect round of their defensive half. But again, losing one person in a fight.
Again, two very convincing rounds from Secret. But those are the easy sides, right? Open-ended luck or something like
hammering down
now,
right now on this
Dining Kitchen defense coming out from Secret. They're now bringing up Pulse. It makes sense. The attackers are probably going to attack from above. And Team 1 dropped the Jackal and brought a Dokkaebi. Uh, I don't know. I don't know what they're supposed to do with that fifth spot. I don't think Adokubi's going to help them in this situation. I think it's more the way they play is what's going to be dictating how they actually, whether or not they win or lose.
One does not find a foothold anywhere. They're not trying to roam clear early enough. I think they need to focus on that first, especially with pulls.
Now let's see reinforcements. So 2 here. Okay. So 2 reinforcements there, 1 there. I see 1 here. Then I see 2 here. I see 1 there. See 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Curious what they're going to do with the rest of these walls. But also, this tells me that Secret wants to put a body somewhere in this room here, and they want to be defended from this wall.
Play by Bonkers, granted they are in kitchen right now, but on the other sites, they just let them have free reign over the basement. They push like maybe 1 guy down there about middle of the round, and they would just immediately get punished. That guy just dies, and Team Secret's able to walk away with a nitro cell kill a couple people downstairs, and just clean things up around site.
Talk about refracking, but the problem is when they aren't even getting that single first frag to start things off. There's no potential for the refrag to begin with, unfortunately. They're just getting picked off one by one. It's just, again, you can tell their attacks are somewhat split up here, and that seems to be part of the reason why the refrag capability is not showing up as strong, because this is all happening off-site. This is all happening relatively far away.
Alright, one thing I want to say that I do like from Secret is Flonkers, because he runs over to this corner to figure out if anybody is coming there or going up there. I do like that.
Tell their attacks are somewhat split up here, and that seems to be part of the reason why the refrag capability is not showing up as strong, because this is all happening off-site. This is all happening relatively far away.
And then he gives up. He goes to try and play a bit aggressive, then just gives it up. This was bad from Bandit. And this is kind of the confidence I'm talking about from Leon, where he can make or break rounds for Secret with that aggression, where if he wins the gunfight, he helps his team. If he loses it, he hurts the team. So overall, I disagree with his playstyle because it is an aggressive one. And it does work out at times, but also hurts him at times. So it is what it is. Now, Feral kills Skadina. What the hell just happened? Okay. So, let's go back 10. So Buck dies there. I don't know how Buck died, I really don't. Now, this is kind of an issue where Capital tried to just jump in and refrag without knowing that Liu Kid was here, which tells me that the overall attack the team cohesion isn't there like it was on defense, and now Team 1 looks a little bit lost. Because if Ryduk knew that Liu had that angle, he would never have entered. So I just don't think I don't think Team 1's gonna win this, based on the fact that they don't have the cohesion to effectively roam clear. Now, they did get the refrag, which is good. However, it's bad that their team cohesion just isn't there. Hold on. Okay. Here is a Leon. Right there. At least I think that's him. He's either there or he's on the other side of here. Doesn't really matter. This is because no roam clear came out. Team 1 doesn't know where this bandit is. So here's an issue. There are 3 bodies downstairs, and there's a defender upstairs, which tells me a roam clear didn't happen. And because that didn't happen, that's just gonna hurt them. Now, here's Leon above, and here's Rai running in.
He's going to be patiently waiting.
That is an actual knife. It is not a downed knife. It is a knife on a full health Dokkaebi. And that is why you have to clear above, because if you do not, the enemy can literally jump down and knife you in the back.
Leon able to catch Rise with a knife somehow, and then gets another one on top of that.
And then no refrag, because nobody was ready from it from the attackers.
And he's not going to be able to get much done either. Leon absolutely shut
And Leon,
down for
yeah.
Secret. Another very one-sided round going the way of Team the War 2.
So good job from Leon there.
3 for 3 on yesterday.
Alright, so now Secret, they've just won the past 3 rounds in a row, and they took it from a 2v4 into a 5v4. And now they're going back to one of their primary bomb sites of Aviator Games. And they're bringing a Jaeger, which I like. However, I don't like. Well, okay. They have no way to stop the Hibana from using her utility. However, Team Secret isn't winning because of utility. So they're probably saying go comfort off, so let's just shoot them. And Team 1, Rai, they just put him on Sledge, probably a comfort op as well, and they're just saying let's just try and nade these guys. But more probably just they want a comfort pick. So 4 members spawn on the south, 1 spawn on the northwest. Red Arc looks like he might go 90. And IQ, I think, is trying to get a Claymore to help the Sledge, which I like. That just shows that there's basic teamwork and team cohesion, that even though there probably isn't going to be a jump out here, we're going to get a Claymore set up so that if there is, you're not just going to die. Now, this is, I want to hear this.
Map, but then they still have to worry about map number 3, even if they dominate on coastline. So nothing is secured at this point for Team 1. This Team Secret so far has given us no reason to believe why they can't close things out quickly here on their...
Alright, so really lucky from Zofia there. I want to know whether or not she opened this or whether or not the Maestro did. It looks like she did. If you're trying to get on this balcony, you cannot rappel here and swing in because you can get gunned down from the doorway. You hold an angle with your head about here to hold an angle on the doorway, but to rappel onto there, you rappel over on this side.
Their defensive side, an aggressive push from Elims there. Nearly nets him an early kill against Skadina.
Elims.
Not this time.
Not Elims. Elims. And now this is bad droning because Skadina doesn't know if anybody's downstairs here or over in this hallway. 10 out of 10 drone work. And the fact that Zofia didn't use her utility to destroy that evil eye. No, actually I think she did, but the fact that she didn't recognize she needed to do that before it... Here, let's see. Skadina used this, but I don't like how how Skadina had to react to it and have a teammate call it out. Skadina should know what she's going into, and her job as a Zofia should be to get rid of those Maestro cams. So she should have been using her drones to figure out where they are exactly, and then from there go for them. Because this one at 90, she knows about it. That's why she's pulling out this, pulling out her concussion. And I like how she's checking for the Jaeger devices, so that tells me that she knows her gadget and she knows how people are going to try and counter her.
They have to worry about these roamers, as Team Secret's roam game has been so powerful so far. Finally, they are the first ones to catch some bullets, but Leon,
Ooh.
oh my god, man, Rise deleted from these roamers, as Team Secret's
That
roam game
shot
has been
right
so
there
powerful
is
so far.
ins.
Finally,
Oh
they are the first
god.
ones to catch
That shot. Like I'm saying, when Leon goes off, he will carry Secret to victory, but when he gets shut down, they're gonna hurt.
Leon, oh my god, man, Rise deleted from the server.
You know, Lems kills Skadina because. Okay, so basically what happened was, with that, Skadina tried to walk up this hallway knowing 90 was clear, but because nobody had opened up this closet wall right here, the Maestro can just sit in here holding an angle.
Alda finally manages to lock in on that frag against Skadina that he was trying to get at the beginning of the round. Zofia out, IQ out, two big pieces of the puzzle now gone for Team 1. And it's again that same issue, losing far too many players in the early round and setting up a very difficult 3vx for them to try and come back from. Reduct can start to move his way in. Trophy entry.
Alright, now this is confusing to me. Rydux was playing 90, however, somehow the Legion is now in 90.
On the other side of these walls, they're well aware of his position already.
And this tells me that there isn't really teamwork going on with Team 1. There's no reason that a Legion should be able to walk from wherever he does into 90, and there's really no reason. Taking 90 is one of the biggest things about taking this site. So the fact that Team 1 isn't really doing it, and they've basically stalled out, and what they've accomplished is opening up this, two Maestro cams, and Leon's down at 10 HP. So basically, Leon is at 10 HP, two Maestros, so Leon's at 10 HP, two Maestro camps, and then two X Kairos have been used, and that in total has taken a total of 2 bodies. This is not a good trade. This is really not. And it's kind of the issue with attacking from this study area, because if you lose these gunfights on the defenders, you can stall out really, really easily, and there's nothing that you can do about it. That's why a lot of teams like going for Master. Do you see the... How the hell did that hit him? And then Ryduk tries to come, probably crouch walked in, go just walk in the side, didn't work.
This might be another perfect round here by Team Secret, as Limbs is currently staring down into Study. A little bit of shoulder work here by Lucan, but the shimmy shuffle not going to work out for him, as Limbs will find the kill. Falls will finally find something for Team 1 to grab.
Falls got his kill.
Too late. 20 seconds left. That tape 89, such a good weapon, but not very large mag capacity, and it's not even going to matter. He won't even get a bullet off. Farrell peeks the door to Study.
Don't even take off.
With that limited aggression, right?
Alright, so right now what I'm seeing is Team 1, they're lost on attack. They're not sure what to do. They look like they're not sure how to counter strat. And what I mean by that is when the defenders, first time they tried to attack from this area, and when the defenders held over here, they weren't sure how to clear it, so they all died. They then tried to attack from the study because they were scared to go over here. I mean, that's what it was. And they got gunned down as well. They couldn't answer it. So they look like a team that So one thing I'll say is Villa is kind of like Bank, where you have to have the team coordination and strategy, and if not, you are going to struggle.
Right now for them. They're not doing anything stupid. They're not getting overly aggressive at all. When they get all their kills, you see all those guys on site going, hey, guess what? It's a 5v2. Come and get us. Because we're not coming to you. This is Turtle. We're not moving.
There's no reason why you should play that type of play style here too. It just seems to be Team 1 getting a little bit better with those early round frags.
So now Team Secret, or Leon and 4, have taken the past 4 rounds in a row.
And then from that point, you can see steady improvement by Team 1. Still a chance to come back into this, but they're few and far between now as Team Secret is up on map point. Chance to push this up to 7 and claim their own map pick for themselves here before we head over to Coastline for map number 2.
T1 at least has to be happy about their defensive side, finding those 4 rounds.
So this is a flawed strategy in my opinion, because it looks to me like... Okay, so Lou's coming over here. Not sure why he spawned all the way over on the east. Rise is over here as well.
Close at all. I mean, the closest round was going to be the third round of the defense. I mean, Farrell, buddy, you have a Scorpion, but hey, bro, and none of them have really even been close at all. I mean, the closest...
Alright, that was a 1-tap. And I want to see something of where the Sophia was positioned.
T1 at least has to be happy about their defensive side, finding those 4 rounds. So, not really a walk in the park.
She was on this balcony over here.
Side, but definitely a walk in the park here on their defensive side. As again, they found 4 rounds in a row, and none of them have really even been close at all. I mean, the closest round was going to be the third round of the defense. I mean, Farrell, buddy, you have a Scorpion, but hey, we're going to take out the...
Okay. Basically, there's no reason that should be happening. The fact that Farrell can literally pull out his pistol and meme on you is basically just kind of a show of like what they think about Team 1 as a team. And I mean, in all honesty, I'm saying that Team 1 right now, like, they looked really good on defense, but they look really bad on attack. And they're not sure. Team 1 just doesn't know what to do at this point. 40 seconds in, 2 bodies are dead.
So punishing Team 1, especially because they're not playing tight-knit, they're not playing close together. Look how far Rise's spacing is between him and Redux right now. There's no refrag potential there right now. If Redux dies...
Now, Caster is right. There isn't any refrag potential, which is a thing about Team 1, which they were doing really good on defense, but really bad on attack.
5-second run up to that angle to try and find whoever just killed Redux. They're playing a little bit closer together now, but again, it's going to be too little too late. You're going to hear a Nitro Cell go off under the feet of Rise, but not going to do any damage to him.
Now, that Nitro Cell basically tells you that they know where you are, and that should worry you. Especially if you're trying to sneak in. Now, he does manage to get a kill onto Leon. Curious from where. Now, this is still winnable.
So, Team Secret still has man advantage. Doesn't matter that Leon died to them. They're still just going
Now, here's the thing. No master control has been taken, even though they sent a Sledge and a Zofia there. So, actually, no, I don't think they sent Sledge there, but they sent Zofia there. But why they're even trying to press it with only one person, I don't understand, because you're really not going to be able to do much unless you can get, like, a pretty lucky nade.
They have people spaced out across the entire map. They even have a flank coming through by Farrell right now on the elevator. He's actually not going to see that Claymore at the top of the stairs.
Okay, so Farrell dies to a Claymore, and then Fonkers gets gunned down from Rise.
They have people spaced out across the entire map. They even have a flank coming through by Farrell right now on the elevator. He's actually not going to see that Claymore at the top of the stairs. Force Team 1 to try and make a pinch. They have people spaced out across the entire map. They even have a flank coming through by Farrell right now on the elevator. He's actually not going to see that Claymore at the top.
So, one thing is, Fonkers was using the AR/SMG for Cade, and it's a notoriously bad gun. It was buffed, but I mean the DMR is still better. And yes, you can say it's a well, no, you can't say it's a shotgun that fires slugs. It's a fucking DMR. They added a DMR to defense. But anyway, really that was just Rise hit a shot, Fonkers didn't, and then Rise gets a double because Farrell just walks into a Claymore, so that's just bad on him. And now, basically, Team Secret, who is almost memeing, they're now in a 2v3 against, not in a 2v3 situation. However, this Rise, him aiming around like this tells me he doesn't know what is going on when it comes to the, he doesn't know what's going on when it comes to where the enemy is, which tells me drones aren't being used, which isn't surprising considering 2 of your bodies got killed instantly, so you're down to 6 drones. Now Ryduk kills the Maestro. I'm not sure how he managed that. He probably just jumped in and won a gunfight. Ooh. Ooh, false. That is not a fight you lose. Now I like how falls. Okay, so good and bad. So, let's see. Rise literally sees a smoke grenade but says, fuck it, I will tank this thing because I know my buddy can get this bomb down. And with that, he still needs cover. And then I'm going to assume that Rise said, don't worry about Master, I got that covered. And I'm hoping they have a flank drone telling them if they come from behind. Because if they do, then that's good teamwork from Team 1. Now bomb goes down, they both get out. And Falls now gets into a position where he's helping the team. He knows that smoke may come from here, so he's instantly getting into a position where he can contest that and stop anything. And then he just loses. He loses the gunfight because this is kind of a thing about LAN where Pika's advantage isn't as big, so Falls, like his body's like he gets gunned down by the shotgun. That's all it is. But with that, basically it was good that Falls. Okay, so what I'll say from this is it's good that Falls got into position to contest the smoke. The way he got killed was bad. However, it's not really, it's something that's kind of his fault, kind of not. It's more due to experience on a LAN setting, because LAN is different than online with having 60 to 80 ping. So due to that, it's not surprising that he does die in this situation. It's not surprising that he plays it kind of like an online player would. So due to that, it's something that when he goes to LAN, he's going to have to be aware of it.
He's going to get shotgunned down, actually. It's going to be Falls getting shotgunned down. He did have that sidearm out, so Super Smoke didn't even look over. But, again, still 2 to find this SMG-11. Usually good for 1 kill, but Rise is going to be...
And Rise kills him. So really, that was just... Team Secret got a little too over-aggressive, and because of that, they got shut down. So it's kind of Team 1 saying, okay, yeah, you want to treat us like a joke, well, we'll at least win the round. Now, same location, same lineup, and Team 1 bringing the same stuff as well. Now, this is a big round. If Team 1 loses it, then... If Team 1 loses this, then they will... If Team 1 loses it, it's over. If they win it, though, it's gone to overtime, and they have a chance of winning because they can hit defense again. So if they can win that, they have a good chance. One thing is I don't like how they're investing in the wall with bandit batteries, but they're one good grenade and those are useless. So I don't like how they're not bringing a Jaeger, but they're electing to bring a Noah.
For Team 1 to come into Secret's map choice and bring it to 6-5. These kids know how to play Rainbow Six Siege, and it's awesome to see.
Even their qualifier run, was relatively impressive. They actually take a phase during the course of the qualifier leading up to this event. So they've already earned quite a few accolades for being able to do that. I think that qualifier is a good run, along with their pretty
I didn't know they actually defeated FaZe to get here. Okay, so the guy who killed like 3 or 4 people last round, he's now dead. So how will Team 1 answer this? I don't like this. So Rise dies, and Ryduct has entered Master by himself, and even though they're down, even though Team 1's down at me, okay, now I really don't like this. He's literally droning. Let me show you this. If somebody can peek out this doorway and gun him down.
Team Secret going to open the door for themselves as Rise will eat a bullet.
I'm not sure how he died. I'm guessing there was an angle from above, but I'm not sure. Actually, no, I can't even say that. I don't know. I really don't. However, it's also... it is what it is.
Deagle will have man advantage once again for the umpteenth time this round. But I can tell you one thing about this roster.
Oh, not like this.
To be very happy that Black
Oh, yeah, Leon is just...
so they can pick up this roster and prove that they can get into pro.
Leon is just confident.
That's quite a sight to see.
Indeed. Now it's time for Team 1 to once again rally back from a disadvantage. See how they can build upon it. It's going to get very loud moving into mudroom windows. Skadina is going to take the initiative on that. Should be right behind him, right just on the outside of him. Again, just clearing out the basement real quick before they commit themselves upstairs. Reduct has actually already moved into Masters meanwhile, and he's striking with it. Tries to get...
Right, so kind of the random... Well, not random, but... Ryduct basically... He kind of tried to pull a Leon, where he enters and does his own thing, and because of that, he does his own thing, and if he wins it, then great. But because they're in a man disadvantage, this is not the play. Because even if he gets a kill, he's probably going to get traded, at which point you're still in the man disadvantage, the bomb isn't down, and you're overall just hurting your team. So Ryduct basically is... Like, he got a kill, great, but then is instantly refragged. They're still down a man, so overall that is a useless death.
For 2, but it's not going to be able to find them. A little bit too aggressive in the statuary. Farrell on the Ella is now falling back to sight. Is able to pick up that second frag for his team.
Team 1 continuing to get punished by these hero plays. We're going to say it again. They've harped on how good they are at refrag potential, but Team Secret plays relatively the same game in that instance. So when you're solo pushing, you can always expect the second. Man, Luka's going to go for a frag grenade, but he's going to time it wrong. That actually could have bounced off the ceiling and possibly killed the smoke. But not going.
Now, that grenade was poorly thrown for multiple reasons. The first is, I would never... Hold on, I want to check something. Okay. So he knows this guy's positioning. He is Buck. So, he's Buck with 21 skeleton keys shots left. He could just ask somebody to drone this guy and ping him, buck him, kill him, and then he doesn't have to risk this nade fucking up and either bouncing off of here and killing him, or detonating too early, which is what happened. Too late. Yeah, too early, which is what happened.
When you're solo pushing, you can
Now,
always expect the second.
no, I was too late. Wouldn't have helped me either.
That actually could have bounced off the ceiling
And now,
and killed the smoke.
mute moves. Actually, no, that was a smoke, I think.
Not going to matter.
Now, Leon gets cut down.
Leon Balls will find one on the other end of things, so it will be Leon on the mute. So obviously those signal jammers are already going to be down.
Okay, so one thing I don't like is that all of Team 1 are separated by themselves,
Right now,
and I just don't like it.
previously stated earlier, when they do have a man advantage or it's even equal, they're going to make Team 1 have to hunt them down. That is going to be an Elamine going off, but Paul's not going to be too affected by it. He is going to be checking the default spots, which we might see Ella come out here after that barbed wire gets beat down, but no, he's going to take his time.
No drones, gets gunned down because of it.
Take the initiative here as Farrell will find Balls. Going to rotate into Masters.
Gets refragged from Skadina. There's no real reason for someone a reason that was good and bad from Farrell. It's good that he decided to change positionings once he got killed. It was bad that he just ran to an enemy though. But hindsight 2020 and all that.
Seconds now, 2 versus 2. Team Secret going to continue to play their game. Maestro's taking a nap over on the balcony, but Leon, Skadina, both focusing.
Now this also is in the play right now. Because the Zofia ran to bathroom, they have to worry about this basically by running the bathroom, both players now are going to be entering through the same area. No crossfire. Pulling out the shotgun there was not the play, because 90% of the time the enemy isn't going to be that close, and if they're not going to be that close, that shotgun's useless. Now, Meepy misses shots, he gets a kill, but then he's kind of panicking a little bit, and then Zoffia's looking a bit lost and has to plant because they wait until the last 10 seconds to push, and now it's over. So really, this is kind of a story of a... So Team 1, they looked really good on defense, and they had issues, yes, but I think on attack, they need to... I think they're used to kind of... So one thing about Challenger League is a lot of times, at least... Actually, you know what? I want to check it out. I want to check out the Challenger League for Liquipedia and see the overall stats, because Challenger League, Japan, none of those are what I want. Maybe this one? No. Yeah. Hold on, Season 9, Challenger League, Latin America. Okay, so they literally never lost a game in Challenger League, and they lost one map. They lost 2 maps going through the playoffs, which I hate the playoffs. They're a stupid thing, and I'm happy they got rid of them. But I think they did. Anyway, basically they never lost a game. They tied 4 times. At least I think that's what it is. Let's see. You know, we can actually... Oh, no, we can't, because they don't have... Yeah, they don't have it like Pro League. But basically... Did they actually... Huh. Okay, no. They literally never lost, because you had 3 points for a win, so 30, plus 1 point for a draw, so 4, so 34 in total. So that tells me that they're used to kind of steamrolling, and that's something on attack that... So on attack, what that tells me, which it kind of showed here, is that when you never lose, you never really you don't really improve, in my opinion, because you're going to improve, but you're not going to improve as much. You're not going to see the faults. It's kind of like if you always go up against teams worse than you, they're never really going to punish you for the mistakes you make. And because you're not getting punished for the mistakes you make, you're going to keep on making them because you don't know their mistakes. And so Team Secret punished Team 1 here on their attack for the mistakes they're making, where they're trying to make almost hero plays, as the caster said, and going in by themselves and not pushing as a team. And because of that, Team 1 lost. And they had they actually had a really good chance of beating Team Secret here. And just based purely on their ability to play as a team. On defense, the fact that they did steal around on one of the defusals. However, they looked pretty good on defense. And if they could have looked that good on offense, then I would literally put them within the top 3 teams in North America. In Latin America, if they can play as well on attack as they did on defense here. So really, that's just something they're going to have to work on, and it's going to come with time. They're going to probably end up being a mid-tier team, I would say, based on basically their attacks aren't the best, but their defenses look strong. So I'd say for the first half of the season, they're going to be a lower to mid-tier team, and by the end of the season, they'll finish around like a mid-tier team. But anyway, that's it, and I hope this helped you, and I'm going to go to sleep now.